Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck for the next week. In most cases, you wouldn't care about the contents of an animal's stomach. That's because most times they're filled with regular stuff. But other times, the stomachs of animals do yield some incredible surprises. Sometimes we end up finding the most incredible things in the stomachs of animals. And today, we'll be going through some of these discoveries. Number 10. The lake trout with a human thumb. In 1992, a fisherman in Wyoming made a discovery of a lifetime. It was a severed thumb in the stomach of a trout he'd just caught. Amazingly, the missing thumb was later traced to a man named Robert Lindsay. So how did Robert's thumb find its way into the stomach of a trout? Well, it's a long story. The year before, he'd been involved in a boating accident where two of his fingers and his thumb had been cut off by a propeller. His missing fingers were found and reattached, but his missing thumb was not. And how could it have been found? It was sitting pretty in the stomach of a trout. It's easy to see how the trout could have found the thumb in the water and swallowed it. What's not easy to see, though, is why the thumb had remained undigested in the stomach of the trout for over a year. Number 9. Jumbo the elephant. During the days where traveling circuses were all the rave, many circuses had highly intelligent elephants as part of their acts. Sometimes these huge beasts could even balance themselves on tricycles. One of these circus animals was a huge elephant named Jumbo. Jumbo was so big and so popular that many people believed it introduced the word jumbo, which means large, into the English language. When Jumbo grew old and died, he was cut up so different body parts could be sent to different institutions. The people cutting Jumbo up got the shock of their lives when they got into his stomach. In it, they found an entire junkyard worth of scrap. This included a police whistle, screws, keys, and pennies. Number 8. Tiger shark and human arm. Back in 1935, a murder mystery was sparked when a tiger shark did the most unlikely thing. It swam to the beach and coughed up the arm of a human being. The only way the police could identify the owner of the arm was through a tattoo on it. The police quickly discovered that the arm belonged to one Jimmy Smith, a former boxer who had the same tattoo. Smith had been missing for a couple weeks, and it seemed that his arm was the only evidence needed to ascertain that he was dead. However, no one knows if Jimmy was murdered by the tiger shark or had been dumped in the ocean by someone else, and it doesn't seem like anyone will ever find out. Number 7. The turtle with 1,000 coins. In your opinion, which turtle would you say is the richest in the world? Wait, you have no idea? Well, perhaps you should look at the turtle with 1,000 coins, a turtle so rich that it died from the weight of its wealth. Such a turtle would surely be one of the richest turtles in the world, if not the richest. This turtle lived in a pond in Thailand and was having a fairly nice existence. The pond the turtle lived in was constantly visited by tourists, and these tourists loved dropping coins into the pond. They didn't drop the coins for the turtle, of course, they just dropped it to make their wishes come true. We don't know whether their dreams eventually came true, but we do know that the turtle soon began to eat up all these coins. It ate and ate and ate every single one that it could find, even though the coins had no nutritional value. The turtle ate and ate until one day, its shell cracked under the pressure of so much eating. There was a successful surgical procedure on our dear turtle, and gifted surgeons were able to remove the bulk of coins from its body. They were also able to fix its shell. However, the toxic effects of the coins led to nickel poisoning, which affected the turtle's intestines. 2 weeks later, the turtle died. Number 6. The nail dog. Do you have a dog? If you do, you'll know that one of the major headaches of dog owners is stopping their dogs from eating things that are bad for them. There's probably no other animal that loves eating what's bad for them more than dogs. And a dog named Hooch in Florida may have just taken this habit too far. Hooch bothered his owners when they discovered that he just wouldn't stop vomiting. They decided to take him to a vet to figure out exactly what was wrong with him, and what they discovered left them overwhelmed. When Hooch underwent an x-ray, it was discovered that he had a collection of nails, screws, and a large pile of staples in his stomach. These materials had been lying around the house, and Hooch just decided that he'd help gobble them up. Thankfully, the vet was able to carry out a successful surgery and remove all the foreign items in Hooch's stomach. You can bet Hooch's owners won't leave nails and staplers lying around anymore. Number 5. The frog and the rock. How tasty do you think rocks are? Have you ever tried tasting one? No? You haven't? Then how do you know they aren't ridiculously tasty? Perhaps you don't. In fact, according to this one frog, you may be missing out on the tastiest meals on Earth by not eating rocks. Or at least that's what we think this frog would say if it could speak. This exotic frog was once discovered to love eating rocks. Yeah, actual rocks. When the owner saw it snacking on a nearby pile of rocks, he decided that he'd get the frog checked at the vet. Upon getting to the vet, the owner and the vet were shocked to discover that the frog's stomach was filled with huge rocks. Shockingly, it didn't look like the frog was suffering any consequences, which was pretty weird. Thankfully, the vet was able to perform surgery on the frog, and the rocks in its stomach were removed. The frog survived too. Hopefully, he doesn't go looking for more rocks to snack on. Number 4. The deer in the alligator's stomach. Okay, we all know that alligators are dangerous animals and they can cause an entire world of trouble if they're allowed to. We know that children and everyone else should stay very far away from them. We also know that they have big jaws and they swallow loads of animals whole. Despite knowing all these and more, it still came as a shock to most people, scientists included, to find a whole 130-pound deer in the stomach of an alligator. That's very close to the average human weight. What's interesting about this is the state that the deer was found in. Sure, its fur was gone, but its body and hooves were still visible. And that's not all that was found. Aside from the deer, researchers found 2 squirrel carcasses, something that has never been found before. Number 3. The tiger shark and the suit of armor. In the 90s, scientists got in the craze of analyzing the insides of tiger sharks. At the time, it started to look like a fashionable pastime instead of real scientific research. But the research, as pointless as many thought it was at the time, did reveal some interesting things. A lot of downright weird things were found in the stomachs of these sharks. These things were so crazy that they literally got to be exhibited at a show called Sharks, Facts and Fantasy. It was an exhibition in 1994 by the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County. One of the most remarkable items at this exhibition was a literal suit of armor, complete with its helm. Imagine that! A suit of armor that a knight in the Middle Ages might have worn managed to find its way into the stomach of a tiger shark. Till today, no one knows how that could have happened.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
Today's picture was sent to us by a subscriber. If you ever come across a picture online and want to know what it means or its origin, you can send it to us. Who knows, your picture could feature in our next video. Number 2. The snake and the eggs. Most snakes are quite small, and we can't possibly imagine finding anything of consequence inside them. Or can we? Well, let's find out. This snake you're seeing was destroyed and cut open because the farmers on this farm believed that it swallowed one of their calves. In a fit of rage, they decided that the only way to avenge their loss is to find the snake and kill it. After killing it, they discovered that the snake was, in fact, not large because it had swallowed their calf. Instead, the snake had more than a half a dozen eggs in it waiting to be born. So did the farmers feel bad about discovering that they'd killed the snake for a crime it knew nothing about? Well, no. Each egg in the snake was a potential killer, and it made good sense to kill them before they got big enough to murder anyone, or anything.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck.
Number 1. The squid bomb. Once upon a time, a Chinese man went fishing. While fishing, he was able to catch a 3-foot-long squid. Upon returning home, he decided to gut the squid. While cutting it, he hit a live bomb with his knife. Thankfully, the bomb didn't go off, and the man quickly called emergency services. The squid had seen the bomb, taken it for a prawn, and swallowed it. The bomb had remained in the squid like that till the day the fisherman took it out of the water, and it died. After the police arrived, they managed to remove the bomb from the squid and perform a controlled explosion. The policeman later confirmed that the bomb was live and could have blown up at literally any time. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like and subscribe buttons. You can also check out the channel for more amazing videos like this. Goodbye.